Pennsylvania Highway 51. Yay, more nostalgia! I haven't driven on this road much. Alright, Pennsylvania Highway 51 is a road that goes through southwestern Pennsylvania. And through the years I've lived in Pittsburgh, I have seen the signs for this road a lot, but I've never touched the route, to be honest. And I feel that's kind of strange. Here's a look at the map. As you can see, the road goes north-south, and as you can see, a little northwest-southeast sort of direction. And the road goes from Darlington Township at the Ohio border, down through Pittsburgh, and down to Uniontown. You're watching the Xavier 456. I post new highway content every week. If you like this kind of content, go ahead and smash the like button. And if you really like it, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on those notifications. Alright, here's my weekly reminder that you can request your exit or intersection down in the comments below. Next week, we'll be covering PA 56. Alright, first, I feel like it makes sense to me to talk about southbound PA 51 first. Alright, here we come into Pennsylvania with the minor sign again. Now here's our actual first intersection with another state route, and we're not getting any signage at all. I don't think that's a good sign. But this is the intersection with PA 165, which was requested by Mr. Shaf. So thank you for that. We do get another intersection later on, and this one's with PA 168, and we do have signage for this one. But our control city southbound is Chippewa. No. Why Chippewa? That is actually a township and not an actual city. If you want to sign a city, then I think you should go with Rochester. Rochester is like the next significant place you're going to come across from here. I understand that you're signing Chippewa because of I-376, but that's not a city. Anyways, this intersection was requested by Road Theory, which is a brand new Road Geek channel that actually reached out to me not too long ago, and his profile picture is actually a shield of PA 51, so thank you for that. Here we meet I-376 in Chippewa, and we see eastbound is signed for Pittsburgh, and that's correct. And we can also see it's signed westbound as a toll road to Newcastle, and that could be good, could be bad. I feel like that should say Youngstown, if you ask me. When we look on I-376 though, PA 51 is only getting Chippewa. I've seen this sign many times, and I've never for one ranted about it, and now it is time for me to rant about it finally. Chippewa should not be on there. Like I said, that's a township. Sign Rochester, which is like the only thing you can sign on there, really, because cities in Ohio are sort of far away. Sign Rochester here. But once we do get to the intersection after we've exited, we do get Rochester signed for PA 51 southbound, and I like that. Here in Beaver, across from Rochester, we're meeting PA 65, PA 18, and PA 68 all at once. PA 68 here, as you can see, was requested by Road Theory as well. And we can see North 65 and 18 are signed for New Brighton and Beaver Falls. I think Beaver Falls is a fine choice. And PA 68 and South 18 are signed for Rochester. We are literally across the Beaver River from Rochester, but maybe you could keep signing it, I don't know. And we also get South PA 51 and 65 for Pittsburgh. And that is obviously the right choice. Keep it there. Here, PA 51 is splitting off of PA 65 while we're still concurrent with PA 18. We are going on the Monica East Rochester Bridge, as you can see up there. Here is where we turn right onto the bridge, and after we've crossed the bridge, PA 18 now splits from us. When we look on this intersection on the Ambridge-Aliquippa Bridge, we can see PA 51 is getting signed south for Airport. And that is not good. PA 51 does not go to the Pittsburgh International Airport. A random road that we intersect with does, and it goes to Business 376. But why are you favoring that little random road and not PA 51? Sign Pittsburgh! You had it on it before, so why aren't you signing it? Here is the intersection with that random road that is going to take you to Business 376, and that will lead you to the airport. And then we get this intersection for the Sewickley Bridge, which is signed for Sewickley, which is the obvious choice. And we're getting a straight-up arrow for Coropolis. And since we've entered Pittsburgh suburbs, I think it could be okay to sign a suburb, but I don't know. Here is a look at downtown Coropolis, and it's a nice town. Here we're meeting with I-79, which is getting signed southbound for Washington, and I think that's the right choice, and northbound for Erie, and obviously correct as well. When we look on I-79, PA 51 is signed for Coropolis and McKees Rocks. and I think that could be okay. Those are just other suburbs. As we get closer to Pittsburgh, we just don't get control cities at all. We just get reassurance shields and this direction shield, which somehow does not have an arrow. That's not helpful. Here's one of the more underrated tunnels in Pittsburgh. This is the Corliss Street Tunnel, which is quite short and dates back to 1914. Here we're meeting with a bit of stuff. We got South 51, 19, and 2 West 376 getting signed for West End. Why? We're basically next to West End right now. South PA 837 is getting signed to East 376 downtown. And even though 837 does not touch downtown, it only stays on the south side. It'll take you to 376, which takes you into downtown. Further up, we get this interchange with South 1951 and 2 West 376 are now all signed for airport, which is just because of 376. And we also get 2 US 19 and PA 60 North to East 376 for Crafton downtown. I don't know, that could be a little confusing. Put a line under there to separate Crafton and downtown Pittsburgh. Here is an interchange I'm very familiar with, but I've only seen on I-376 itself. We meet with West 376 and South US 19, which are now getting Carnegie and Pittsburgh International Airport. They're signing another suburb on there. And South Truck 19 and 51 are signed for Dormont, that is for Truck 19, and Uniontown. Uniontown's for PA 51, and that is quite a distance. I like that control city. Keep it on there. And it sticks as we get to the Liberty Tunnel intersection, and we got Truck 19 south for Dormont, and also with a line for South Side. That's just for the Liberty Tunnel. And South 51 is signed for Uniontown. We also get a lane to get to downtown as well. And we also get Warrington Avenue. And up there we can see the bridge that carries the busway and the light rail red line. And then further up, we get a bridge that carries the light rail blue and silver lines. Here we meet with the beginning of PA 88, which is just getting Library Road, and we also get an arrow to Glenbury Street. And here we get 51 for Uniontown, and it is 39 miles away. Amazing work there. But then, of course, you may have guessed, Uniontown went away. We're now getting McKeesport and Clairton on this interchange rather than Uniontown, and I do not like that. McKeesport's there for another route, and Clairton is there because of another route we will be meeting, and it's actually one we just met with. And we also get an arrow for South Park. Here we get Clairton once again as we meet with PA 885, and we get McKeesport and West Mifflin for that. And we also get some helpful information for PA Turnpike 43, which was the previous video from the series. And here we get the ramp to PA 43 South for California. And after some investigation, I think that California is right to put there, as 51 I think is a little faster to get to Uniontown. And at least PENNDOT's probably recognizing that you probably don't want to pay a toll to get there, so ha! Take that, me that ranted in the past video about all of this crap. Here we get a mileage sign finally, and it is Elizabeth at 3 miles on the top line. Don't know why that's there really. And Uniontown is at least our bottom line at 32 miles. Love to see that. Here we meet with PA 837, which we met in Pittsburgh, and it's signed north for Clairton, which was the only reason we put Clairton on the previous signs back there. We also get south PA 837 and north PA 51 because there is a turnaround, a U-turn, if you want to go back northbound. And it's signed West Elizabeth, that's for 837, and Pittsburgh for PA 51 northbound. And meanwhile, PA 51 south is getting Elizabeth. Again, why no Uniontown? Why are you still signing the secondaries? Here we get our ramp to Elizabeth after we've crossed the Monongahela River, and we also get Glassport on there, that's fine. At another interchange, this time with PA 201, we're getting Pittsburgh for northbound and West Newton if you continue straight on the road. And Uniontown is still our control city southbound, and at least it's signed on a direction sign for once, and I like that. On I-70, we are getting Pittsburgh and Uniontown, the right choices for sure. Here we get another mileage sign, this time with Perryopolis on the top line at 5 and Uniontown at 19. Well done. And here is about the end of PA 51. We meet with South PA Turnpike 43 and 2 US 40 and 119 southbound. And that's going to be it for southbound, so now we're going to be talking about northbound PA 51. After we have our intersection for US 119 northbound for Connellsville, that's the right choice I think, we're now getting signed for Perryopolis. And again, that is a secondary I would have to assume. I hope Pittsburgh is signed later. But once we do see Pittsburgh, it is actually directing you left on this road to PA 43, along with Brownsville signed on there. That is not the way to go to Pittsburgh. It is slower and it costs money. So, take PA 51, keep Brownsville on there, but change the arrow on Pittsburgh to straight. But once we meet with PA 201, and this is on PA 201, we are getting Uniontown and Pittsburgh as you would expect. Here we get this mileage sign with Elizabeth on the top line and Pittsburgh at 26. Perfectly done. Here we meet with PA 837, and it is signed north for Clairton, and we're still signed north for Pittsburgh, and we get PA 837 south for West Elizabeth for whatever reason. Here is the ramp to southbound 837 for West Elizabeth, and we get 51 North Pittsburgh, and we also get a U-turn for southbound as we did northbound, and signed for Elizabeth rather than Uniontown. Here we meet with PA 43, we just get a shield and no Control City for whatever reason. Here we get a 2885 shield, and we also get McKeesport and West Mifflin signed for those, and we're still signed for Pittsburgh. Here, once we've entered Pittsburgh city limits, we can see a turnaround for PA 51 southbound for Uniontown 39 miles away. We also see Library Road for PA 88, and we get Glenbury Street, and now PA 51 is signed for downtown. And this is because we've already entered the city limits, so we can't sign Pittsburgh. Here we meet with I-376 and South 19 for Carnegie and Pittsburgh International Airport, and we get North 19 and 51 for West End Bridge and downtown. Fine there. Here we get North 19 and 2, North 65 and 279 for West End Bridge and North Shore, and meanwhile, PA 51 is splitting off and is signed for McKees Rocks and West End. I think it's okay to sign a suburb this way. But once we've split off, we get even more information, and I don't really want to state all of this. Let's move on. PA 51 South and PA 51 North are signed for McKees Rocks and Coropolis on the McKees Rocks Bridge, and I think I could agree with that, even though we're already in McKees Rocks. Here when we meet with I-79, we don't get any Erie signage, but we do get Washington signage. Put that paw there. Here we meet the ramp to the Sewickley Bridge to PA 65, and then we get a mileage sign with airport on the top line and Aliquippa on the bottom line. What is this? Why are you giving PA 51 the I-80 treatment by putting a city, not even a city, that is further away on the top line that we don't reach, and then putting something that is closer on the bottom line that we do reach? No! Airports, I could agree with, but Aliquippa? No! I would say go with Monica. Monica is further away, so put it on the bottom line. Ugh! PENNDOT. Here is the intersection to the random road to the airport from this direction, and we get North 51, turn right. Here we meet PA 65 after we've crossed the Ohio River. PA 65 is signed south for Ambridge and Pittsburgh, and we are signed concurrently to Rochester because that's where we'll be splitting. Here is the split, and where we meet with the two other state routes. North 51 and West 68 are signed for Beaver and Chippewa. Once again, Chippewa is a township and not a city, but we'll get to that in a little bit. North PA 18 and 65 are signed for New Brighton and Beaver Falls as was before. Here is where PA 68 West splits for Beaver, even though we're already in Beaver, and North 51 is signed for Chippewa. Why Chippewa? Here we get a direction shield to 65 and 18, which are signed for New Brighton and Beaver Falls, and we are still signed for Chippewa, only 3 miles away. No! Since we don't have anything left in Pennsylvania, really, sign something in Ohio. I think the best choice that you should go with is, like, East Palestine or Columbiana. Sign one of those, I swear. Here we meet with I-376, signed for Newcastle westbound, and Pittsburgh for northbound. And now there's literally nothing else up the road. And welcome to Ohio. And that'll be it for PA 51. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you all in PA 56. May peace be with you.